Thank you. Now please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I would like to,
Member Vaughn, would you please acknowledge our student entertainment?
I would like to thank the Progress Village players from Progress Village Middle School Magnet, along with Principal Peter Magara and Director Angela Booth. These wonderful students entertained us prior to the start of the board meeting. At this time, we would like to invite the students up to introduce themselves.
Good afternoon. I'm Angel Bortz. I am the director of Progress Village Middle Magnet School of the Arts PV Players.
Good evening. I'm Jeremiah McFadden, and I'm an 8th grader.
I am Beckett Olson of the 8th grade.
I'm Killian Neesmith, and I'm in 8th grade.
I'm Logan Sabula, and I'm in 8th grade.
I'm Caroline Boyd, and I'm in the 8th grade.
I'm Natalie Erickson, and I'm in 8th grade.
My name's Karma Brown, and I'm in the 8th grade.
I'm Leilani Thomas, and I'm in the 8th grade.
I'm Zoe Zawacki, and I'm in 8th grade. I'm Emma Miller, and I'm in 8th grade.
I'm Casey Callahan, and I'm in 7th grade.
Hi, I'm Olivia Williams, and I'm in the 8th grade.
I'm Tara Bowers, and I'm in 8th grade.
I'm Jayla Wingate McDonald, and I'm in the 7th grade.
I'm Ryan Green, and I'm in 7th grade.
I'm Virginia Jackson, and I'm in 8th grade.
I'm Alina De La Rosa. I'm in 7th grade.
I'm Taylor Alvarez, and I'm in the 8th grade.
I'm Rhea Dunlap, and I'm in the 7th grade.
I'm Charlotte Schroebwasser, and I'm in the 8th grade.
I'm Brody Munoz, and I'm in 7th grade.
I'm Amber Wynn, and I'm in 8th grade.
I'm Kamaya Cumberbatch, and I'm in the 7th grade.
I'm Samantha Lopez, and I'm in the 8th grade.
I'm Isabel Barton, and I'm in the 8th grade.
I'm Samantha Mejia, and I'm in the 8th grade.
I'm Crystal Nicole Martinez, and I'm in the 8th grade.
I'm Nathan Levitt, and I'm in 8th grade.
I'm Tyler Levitt, the Lee Arts teacher at Progress Village.
Nice. We're going to stand up so parents can come to the front and take some pictures if you want to for a moment.
Half, 50%.
You guys did an outstanding job. Thank you. More?
Oh, she got it. We have one withdrawal item today, 1102 Sole Source Agreement for Technical Services with Friends of Children Tampa Bay for Foster Elementary of Academics and Transformation. I need a motion and a second to adopt the agenda. I have a motion by Member Gray and a second by Member Washington. Any discussion? Please vote when you see none. Please vote when you see your lights appear. And the vote passes with Member Hahn. She's on her way, away from the dais. Let the record reflect that all members are here, besides Member Vaughn, who, like I mentioned, is on her way. Hahn. Yeah, Vaughn is here. Board members, I would like to go over the format of today's meeting. As a reminder, we are a nonpartisan board who believes all children can be empowered to learn, to succeed, and our decisions will be made with that understanding. To pave the way for efficient and effective agenda statements and/or question, board members will have 5 minutes to speak with 30 seconds for final thoughts. Afterward, the superintendent can respond. If you have further questions, you're asked to get back in the queue. Member Vaughn will now read the board guidelines.
Thank you. As we begin this afternoon's meeting, please allow me to quickly review the format of our school board meetings. Please silence all electronics. There are speakers in the room behind me that allow board members to hear the meeting upon stepping away from the dais. This meeting can be viewed with closed captioning on live webcast, on cable TV, and on video monitors here in the auditorium. It can also be viewed with closed captioning in the online video archive.
We have one item scheduled for time certain. That's at 6 p.m. employee input. The board welcomes comments from citizens and values your input to the board. In order to provide the most comprehensive response to your comments, our staff will follow up with you and will keep our board informed about the responses. Our school board respects the public's right to speak to the board, and we appreciate you taking your time to be here. However, it is requested when you address the board, comments not directed personally against a board member or staff member, but rather directed at the issues. Any behavior intended to interrupt the orderly conduct of this meeting will not be allowed. Our civility policy is in place. When addressing the board, please state your name and speak clearly into the microphone. This afternoon, each speaker will have 3 minutes. Reminder that your 3 minutes start when you begin speaking. When there are 30 seconds left, you will see a yellow light on the lectern. The red light and the chime will indicate when your time is up. I will now call up the first 5 speakers.
Mark Lutho, Largo. I have to point out again, the Moms for Stupidity took a whooping at this last election. A big time whooping. Here's the headline. Carbon-free electricity is increasing worldwide. The global need for more power keeps fossil fuel use high. Carbon-free electricity has never been more plentiful. Wind and solar power have taken oil over the past 2 decades faster than experts ever expected, but it hasn't yet been enough to halt the rise of coal-fired gas burning generation. That's because global demand for electricity has grown even faster than clean energy, leaving fossil fuels to fill the gap. This dynamic has pushed up carbon emissions from the power sector at a time when scientists say they need to be falling and fast to avoid dangerous levels of global warming. Well, see, your part would be building high-performance, passive solar buildings. And that science you just continue to ignore. So, we have a correlation. The CO2 level highest in human history. And melting Greenland ice will raise seas. Study emissions made glacier ice loss inevitable. Those are just a couple of the headlines that I have that are the result of burning fossil fuels. And what do I see everywhere, all around the Tampa Bay area? More bigger power poles being put in the ground. And your stupid buildings needing that power because you don't have high performance passive solar buildings. A straightforward proposition. The future's dim. Your legacy, it's a sad one.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. My name is Colleen Bianucci, and I've had the opportunity of meeting and speaking with each of you about Apollo Beach Elementary School and our community's desire for a K-8. I'm the mom of a first grader named Victor and a kindergartner named Roman, and I am honored to stand with my community members here today to express our concern about the lack of viable public middle schools in the South Shore region. Our community has experienced extreme growth, especially in the last few years. However, we haven't had a public middle school open since 2004. Personally, I live in the Mirror Bay neighborhood, and I see majority of our students attend Apollo Beach Elementary, disperse from their friends and neighbors for middle school, but come back together at Leonard High School. As a former teacher myself, it is not difficult for me to spot a successful school. A former principal of mine once said that the sign of a good school is when the faculty wants their own children to attend that school. Many teachers at Abe's bring their children there. Many teachers at Abe's have been there for years, and when you walk through the halls, you see children that are happy and excited to be at school. The pride that these kids have in their school and their community is incredibly special. And this is further evidenced by the fact that our high school students come back to Abe's to volunteer, support our events, and walk the halls prior to their high school graduation. Apollo Beach is a very special place, and while our community is experiencing incredible growth, we parents fear that our kids will be left behind. While we understand budgetary concerns will dictate what happens, we feel confident expanding on our current campus and turning Apollo Beach into a K-8 will be the best solution. Please take into consideration not only the wishes of the parents at Apollo Beach, but more importantly, the wishes of our children. We want our children to stay at Apollo Beach through 8th grade. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to seeing you all again in December.
Hi, my name is Mason. I go to Apollo Beach, and I'm really nervous for when I have to transfer to a new school because it's going to be really nerve-wracking having to make all new friends. And I love that it's super easy for me to walk to school just across the street. And it's really good that I can stay with all my classmates if it becomes a K through 8. And I'm really excited if it does. And I'm really nervous to have to make all new friends at a whole new school. And it's going to be really nerve-wracking. And I really want to stay at Apollo Beach. I love all my teachers, and I love all the principals, and I love all the staff there. And I love playing with the neighborhood kids after school because it's right next to my neighborhood. And yeah, thank you guys for your time.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Gabe, and I'm going to be talking about why Apollo Beach should be K through 8. So it can be really troubling and nerve-wracking when you are leaving elementary schools because you have to find new friends, and that could be hard for people. And around the Apollo Beach and Ruskin area, there's not a lot of public schools, so that's why. And when I was trying to go into a school, it's hard to get into a public school that's middle school, so I had to go for virtual for about a month and to try to find a private school because I was on the waiting list, and it took me a while, and I missed a lot of learning. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Will the next 5 speakers please line up?
Hello, I'm Natalie Bailey. I have a 5th grader right now currently in Apollo Beach Elementary School, and we are in the panic stage of trying to figure out where he's going to go next year. We remember, well, it's just such a magical moment to have these kids walk across the street with their friends, their neighbors. They're laughing, they're feeling safe, they're feeling secure, they're being kids, which is kind of hard at this time of age. My husband and I are panicked right now thinking about it because we had 2 kids that actually recently graduated, and we remember the middle school days, and we remember the buses not being late, and we remember the panic of our students and our sons worried about the buses, worried about traveling to school, worrying about being late to school. And it was hard for us too, getting out of work early if they missed something, getting them what they needed to the school, panicking with beating the traffic. And at that time, Apollo Beach was really small, and we didn't have the development that we have now with Waterset growing, with the hospitals around the corner, with the new businesses. Everything is just so much larger than when we had to experience this at middle school. So knowing that we have a middle schooler coming into this time frame really does stress us out, our kids out. We just remember the time of them walking across the street and being with their friends. And right now my 5th grader is very nervous that he's going to have to make all new friends and make all new adjustments. For a middle schooler, that's a big task for them to take. We just really hope that you really take this into consideration, that you do prepare our kids for a better future, that we can make this an easier transition for them to be with their friends, their family, their community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, school board members. Thank you for this opportunity to speak. My name is Corey Wassam. I have a 3rd grader at Abe's, Apollo Beach Elementary. And next year, my other child will be in kindergarten. I'm also a former teacher in Hillsborough, having taught for over a decade. When I left the classroom, I promised my students that I would always advocate for them, which is why I'm here today, advocating for our students in the South Shore area. Our youngest community members in Apollo Beach are being torn from their friends as families feel they must plan ahead for grades 6 through 8. Rather than a large stream of students moving in unity from elementary to middle school, the road from Abe's, Apollo Beach Elementary, is split into many different directions. This is not just happening between 5th and 6th grade. Families are thinking ahead to middle school as early as kindergarten because we lack a centralized, zoned middle school, and distance matters, especially in such a fast-growing area. There are 5 middle schools closer to our house than our zoned school. The closest is 1.4 miles away. The remaining 4 are all less than 5 miles from our home. Our zoned school is 5.9 miles away and located on one of the busiest highways in South Shore. I believe commute is one of the biggest reasons families are scrambling to get into charter, magnet, and private schools that are closer and more convenient. We're starting to think about middle school when my oldest was in 1st grade. It's a tough choice because, like many, we love Apollo Beach Elementary School, and we know that it is the best place for him. But if we aren't proactive about middle school, we're worried we'll face hardship when he hits 6th grade. In the meantime, he's lost so many friends who have already begrudgingly left Abe's in preparation for middle school, and our family faces the same uncertainty. Should we pull him from this amazing elementary school and make sure that he has a seat at a K through 8 school? To complicate matters, his brother will enter kindergarten next year, and like most families, we'd like his big brother to guide him through the halls on his first day of school. So do we prioritize our oldest by making sure he gets into a nearby K through 8 school? Or do we prioritize our youngest by making sure he gets a couple of years with his brother at our amazing zoned elementary school? Thank you for your consideration to transform Apollo Beach Elementary School into a K through 8 school. We really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Hi, buenas tardes. Yo quisiera pedirle a Karen Pérez, la presidenta de la Junta, que si le es posible me pueda traducir.
Translate for me.
Me llamo Olga Abreu.
My name is
Soy trabajadora del elementary
I am a worker in,
West Tampa.
in elementary West Tampa.
Le doy gracias por permitirme poder
I
hablar en
wanna
esta
thank you
junta.
for permitting me to speak.
Estoy aquí porque no soy miembro de la Unión y quiero
I'm
plantear
not a member of the union.
una situación
I would
que
like
se
to
dio en la
speak around
escuela
a
sobre una
situation
plaza
that happened in our school regarding a replacement.
donde se violó el proceso
Where-
de aprobación.
The process was violated and approved.
La plaza de Cruz Líder se puso en el sistema
The position of crew leader was placed in the system
como custodian
as custodian
por 2 meses y medio.
for 2.5 months.
La head custodia alegó que la plaza
The
de
head
Cruz Líder había
custodian
desaparecido.
Allowed
Que la plaza de Cruz Líder había desaparecido. La pusieron como
That-
custodia.
that the head custodian was just placed in that position as custodian.
Hecho que no permitió que los trabajadores que tenían experiencia
Did not allow the custodians that had the experience
dentro de la escuela pudieran
In-
aplicar.
in the school to apply for the position.
Toda esta situación está en conocimiento del principal de la escuela,
All this situation is known to the principal at that school,
el supervisor del área
the supervisor of the area,
y Miss Kelly
and Mrs. Kelly
de la oficina de la 40.
of the office at ISC.
Pero nadie me ha dado una respuesta al
But
respecto.
no one has provided me with an answer regarding the situation.
Y además quería plantear una situación de
Additionally-
acoso, de maltrato,
Additionally, I would also like to add some issues of mistreatment,
de falta de respeto
disrespect
a todos los trabajadores
to all the custodians there
por parte de la head custodia.
by part of the head custodian.
Una situación que también está en conocimiento
A
de todos
situation that is known throughout the school and all.
y la respuesta de Miss Kelly
And the response of Ms. Kelly
fue que abandonaron la escuela.
is that I leave the school. Thank you.
Por favor, traduzca.
Bueno, he would like for me to translate for him as well.
Mi nombre es Carlos Rodríguez.
My name is Carlos
Soy custodio
Rodriguez.
también en West Tampa.
I'm also custodian in West Tampa.
Quisiera que este pequeño documento que tengo
I would
manuscrito,
like for a
recibiera
document
usted como presidente.
that I have
Necesitamos una ayuda de parte de ustedes.
that I
No
need
pertenecemos a la Unión.
assistance because we don't belong to the
Es
union.
sobre la misma custodia.
It's
Trabajamos
regarding the
nosotros
same issue with the head custodian,
sobre maltrato,
regarding
acoso,
mistreatment,
inclusive
including
desde el inicio de curso nos sentimos tan amenazados porque
that we also feel harassed.
comentó poseer un
Because
arma de fuego en su carro
he-
permanente
She claimed to have a firearm
en una escuela.
in her car on school property
Estas escuelas son estatales, deben regirse por leyes del
because
Estado.
with regard to having a firearm in school, it should be prohibited
Necesito que esto le llegue al intendente
because
para que nos ayude.
we
Necesitamos ayuda.
we need help and we need this document ensured that we have possession of this document
Es un poco engorroso.
because this is erroneous.
Como 5 aspectos fundamentales.
Because
Se los
5
leo. Si
fundamental
necesitan
aspects
amplitud de estos aspectos,
that
pueden
we need to
buscarnos.
address.
Sin problema le ampliamos.
Because without any issues, we need to really
El
get this
director,
addressed.
el principal lo sabe.
The principal knows,
sabe.
Kelly
Yo no,
knows it,
que se lo dijimos el primer día sobre el arma de fuego.
Jody
Ocultaron
knows about this. The first day we addressed
Esta es la
this issue
fecha
with the firearm,
y nadie ahí
no one
de las cuadrillas
there
de recursos humanos
ISC,
ayudarnos.
so human resources have never come out
Me
to
han
address
dado más de
this
10
issue.
meetings para que firme
They-
documentos
They have
hacerme
met with me to sign some documents,
y con todo mi respeto yo
But-
no he firmado ninguno.
but with all due respect, I will not sign
No
anything.
he faltado el respeto, no falto a mi trabajo.
I
Llevo
don't-
7 años en el sistema
I don't disrespect.
y esto está.
I have many years in the system,
Necesito
but I need,
parte de usted,
by part
presidenta,
of
y
this
de alguien más,
board to help me.
Somos los dos trabajadores que quedamos. A todos
We're the only two custodians that are left in the school.
La salida es, váyanse, si les cuadra.
But the answer is,
No tenemos pruebas,
for
no
us to
tenemos
leave.
nada, todo está bien. Y Kelly,
They say that
Lo sabe
everything
también.
is fine, and Kelly knows about it. Thank you so much.
please.
I'll have Dr. Patton walk out with them. Dr. Patton, if you could assist, please.
El señor va a, el señor Rodríguez van a hablar con usted. No, si se va en lo profundo del cuarto, por favor. Yeah. Next speaker, please.
Hello, my name is Kara Smullins. I thank this board for being here today, but I mainly thank you for committing to protecting and respecting all students and families. This year, you released the LGBTQ+ Critical Resource and Support Guide for staff in an effort to ensure all students have a safe, welcoming, and inclusive learning environment. In October, you recognized LGBTQ History Month, affirming that LGBTQ history is American history and asserting that this county will not engage in the destruction of truth. You also protected students from extremist and factually incorrect content by rejecting PragerU's materials. I won't say educational materials because PragerU is not an accredited university nor an academic institution of any kind. You've done a really good job this year, and I thank you for that. The courage you had to stand against hate, please build on it in 2024. The lawmakers in Tallahassee are going to come out swinging, and no matter what they throw at you, you cannot afford to lose that courage. The students, families, and teachers of Hillsborough County that they will be targeting cannot afford your silence, and they cannot afford your inaction. No one can afford it, though, really, because I'm sure you know the quote, it's been stated a lot. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. This MLK quote is used a bunch because it's true. But besides following the words of a great man, I ask that you follow your own. We affirm our commitment to the struggle for equal rights for LGBTQ students and staff, and we are committed to the academic success of all youth and to removing barriers to that end. This is what you wrote in your LGBTQ Critical Resource and Support Guide for staff. I just ask that you continue to stand by your word and fight for my community, students, families, and teachers, no matter what happens. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting me speak today. My name is Betsy Braden from Tampa. Both of my kids went to Hillsborough Public Schools. One is at Florida State, go Noles. The other one, who is trans, was at New College until the governor destroyed the school. She is now a political refugee going to school at Hampshire College. Thank you for continuing support for LGBTQ students with your proclamations for pride and recognition for LGBTQ history. Thanks for implementing LGBTQ guidelines for pronouns and bathroom use. Despite the draconian laws of our state, these students' First and 14th Amendment rights must be protected, and I appreciate you acknowledging this. Thank you for not accepting uneducational materials such as PragerU and Ramsey's financial book. Thanks for continuing to teach Black history with all the uncomfortable facts. Thanks for supporting the teachers and their union. Also, please be aware that in the future legislation session, HB 49 will be introduced. This bill eliminates any labor laws put in place 100 years ago for children. Due to the state's crackdown on immigration, the legislature wants to substitute these workers for kids. They also want to destroy public schools by taking their funding and giving it to private and charter schools and homeschoolers, as you well know. Their goal is to destroy public education and have the kids go to work at earlier ages with no labor laws. The kids could work over 40 hours a week and work nights. They could be subjected to dangerous jobs such as roofing contractors. We need to block such an anti-child law. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Deborah Alexander. I've been with Hillsborough County for almost 19 years with student nutrition, and I was very appalled at how we was treated. I'm a non-union member, and I went down there to vote on false pretenses. When our manager called us up to our meeting, and she said, "What is your pay grade?" I have it here in black and white. It's saying as of July the 1st, this is what I'm supposed to make. And then a day later, it was taken from us. 19 years. I'm so ashamed to tell everybody I don't even make I just make $16 an hour. My rent, $1,300. I can't even afford to pay my rent. And you know how embarrassing it is now for me? I have to go to Feeding Tampa Bay because I can't afford to buy groceries. 19 years. This is what they did. 19 years I've been here. Going on 19 years. They took something. I took 19 years almost to get to a step 15, 14. In a matter of a minute, they took my steps down to a 15-7. I called everybody. I called Tallahassee Department of Education. I called Human Resources. Everybody giving me the runaround. Everybody giving me the runaround. I even called the superintendent office. I couldn't get past the secretary. I even emailed a board member and no response. I want to know, how is that fair that the bus drivers got $3? And I know for a fact because my family member is a bus driver. She got $3. And they didn't take her step, but they took student nutrition step. I want to know, how is that fair? To me, for 19 years of service, for something I'm thinking I'm going to make, I'm happy because now I can pay my bills. I don't even pay $800 some every 2 weeks home. My rent is $13, not including my car insurance, my lights. And you know how embarrassing it is for me to get out that car and look around at everybody to make sure nobody don't see me going to get food because I'm so ashamed and so embarrassed. I just want to say thank you, Hillsborough County, of 19 years, and this is how we was treated. No, not one person told me anything. I even went to I went down there and voted, but on false pretenses. When I went down there, the union rep looked me dead in my face, and he told me what I was going to make. And this is what we negotiated. He said, well, it took you 8 years to get to this. And now it's going to take me 8 years more now to get to what I was promised. And someone told me, at least you got a raise, but not the raise that's on here, the raise I deserve. 19 years of service, and this is what I get, $16.40. Thank you, Hillsborough County. Thank you so much.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
I'm Susan Valdez, your state representative for District 64. And I just want to say hello, Mr. Porter. And I wanted to take a moment to congratulate Vice Chairman Jessica Vaughn on your election to the vice chairmanship. I also wanted to take an opportunity, and being that I was out last week in Tallahassee during committee week, I was not able to be here for the reorganization meeting to be able to stand before you and congratulate you both. So, Chairwoman Karen Perez, congratulations on being the first Puerto Rican Hispanic woman on the chairmanship of the board. So I'm very proud of you, and I know that with y'all's leadership, and congratulations, Superintendent Van Ayers, because I know that with your leadership and this new board, I know that a lot of these things that have been talked about here today will definitely be addressed. And I just want to wish you all a great, new year, if you will, with new beginnings. As I go up to Tallahassee these next couple of weeks for committee weeks, and then January through March we'll be in session. I'll be absent from Hillsborough County from home, but just know that we'll be there fighting for our kids back home and for you all. So just to let you know, proud of you all very much, and congratulations. And with that said, have a great meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Seeing there are no other public comments, I need a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. I have a motion by Member Combs and a second by Member Vaughn. Please vote when your lights appear. And the vote passes with Member Hahn still away from the dais. The consent agenda has been approved. Now I will call on the Superintendent Ayers to highlight our administrative.
Thank you, Chair Perez. Board members, we had one principal appointment on the consent agenda this afternoon. And if I could have Kristen Willis, who's the new principal of Bailey Elementary, please stand. Kristen. Kristen began her career with HCPS in 2002, teaching kindergarten at Boyette Springs. She then transitioned to math coach in 2011 at Bryan Elementary, and in 2017, she was appointed as AP at Bailey Elementary, where she currently serves. So it is my honor to introduce the new principal of Bailey Elementary, Kristen Willis. Congratulations. And any family and friends that are with her, if you could stand as well. Family and friends, please stand. Congratulations. Congratulations, Kristen. Chair Perez, that is our one principal appointment that was on consent.
Congratulations. Now we'll pause for a moment for these appointments and their families if they would like to exit the boardroom. And congratulations again.
Just a little bit, yeah. Krista.
The following items will now be heard. C101, C601, C701, 702, C1101. 101, approve the 2023-2024 Student Progression Plan. Superintendent Ayers will highlight this item.
Thank you again, Chair Perez. So, board members, we have 5 items on discussion this evening. The first one is the student progression plan. So know that this student progression plan comes to you annually when there are revisions that need to be approved by the board. So this progression plan is reviewed and revised annually to align with the legislative requirements and the district's vision and mission. Revisions include edits to clarify language and enhance readability, as well as procedural changes. Some of those that I want to highlight: students entering 9th grade in the 23-24 school year and beyond are required to earn a half credit in financial literacy. Also, schools may offer a half credit elective financial literacy course, or the economics with financial literacy course as part of the course of study. All language regarding the completion of the online course requirement for graduation for all students was removed from the student progression plan to be in accordance with HB1 section 1003.4282. So that is our student progression plan agenda item. I do have here, if you have any questions, I know there were one-on-ones that were conducted with the board members with the progression plan, but I do have Christy Rayburn, Amy Zilbar, and Karen French who are here if you have any additional questions regarding the student progression plan. But again, this is brought to you annually for approval when there are any revisions that need to be made for this year. So thank you.
I need a motion and a second to approve item C101. I have a motion by Member Combs and a second by Member Vaughn. Member Vaughn and Member Gray pulled this item. Do you have any questions or comments?
Hey, thank you, Madam Chair, and I want to thank Amy Zobar, hope I'm pronouncing that right, and Karen French and Christina Rayborn. I know that takes a lot of work. And my only comment is you did a great job because, as I understand, all this, the verbiage was just kind of edited a little bit to change in conformity with the DOE and the House Bill 3035. If you would you remark on the House Bill 305 as it now says the parents need to be notified, perhaps share when and why parents should be notified according to this House bill.
There we go. Is that for the math deficiency?
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes. Yeah. Well, actually for the math, and it may be also for the, no, it is just for the math. Yeah.
Yes, the mathematics deficiency notification was added this year, and it is at any time the deficiency is noted. So it could be any time during the year.
Okay.
Even if it's in April and it's noted that there's a deficiency that's occurring, it can be as late as that.
And how are they notified?
We actually did a work group with administrators, teachers, in order to provide the best communication and clearest communication through the Forms Committee. So the current progress alert has been revised and has been approved by the Forms Committee, distributed to schools for the AWN communication tool.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Member Gray. Member Vaughn.
Thank you, Madam Chair. First of all, thank you for going over this with me while I was in the car driving safely, not able to look at the PowerPoint, but I appreciate you taking the time and making sure I was able to ask questions. One, are we able, I know someone had spoken about the financial literacy class and options of the vendor of what that's going to look like. Who are we using? What is that class going to look like as far as financial literacy?
Yeah, so it's not a vendor issue. We have two options. They can take the CTE version of the course or the social studies version, and we offer both in our district.
Okay. So how is that, if they decide to take the social studies version of that, what materials do they use? What does that curriculum look like? I've had some parents ask me about that because some other counties have gotten some media attention about the choices they've made for financial literacy. So I just want to be able to answer parents' questions about that.
We're using the state adopted material. So, and it's actually on our, I want to say it is in our progression. It's, when I say, I can get it to you, but we do have it available to our teachers. They can actually look through it now because it's in the course code directory. So they can actually look through the standards that are addressed for the course.
Well, it kind of follows up with my next question, which was going to be, I know we had all talked about at a workshop when we had talked about our student progression plan, our student code of conduct, all the materials that we have available for our families, making it more accessible, talking about where we're going to house that. So that was kind of my next follow-up question. And then maybe we can include some links to the financial literacy classes or the curriculums in case families have questions about what that looks like. Where will parents and families be able to find this information here going forward?
I'll get you that information. Absolutely.
Okay, but do we know where we're going to house this? Like right now, where it's going to be so parents can find that?
So right now it's not available to parents, but I would expect that we can, by our next meeting or by next semester, find an avenue through the district website to link to or to provide our access to it.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Member Vaughn. Member Rendon.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to meet with me. I know I had a lot of questions. And Member Gray she's gone. But anyways, just for those that don't know, having a high school student, even if the teacher had not put grades in and that grade comes up below a C, you are automatically notified. So I think that's something that should be notified to parents. So there is no surprises. And it could be any time in which during the course of the course study. It doesn't have to be at a benchmark time. It could be any time that grade drops below. And so I think that's important to know. My student had that where she had some assignments that had not been graded yet and it dropped because the test had left and she was sick. It automatically showed a 0, where therefore her grade dropped, and then they were notified. So you're notified and kept up with whatever the circumstance is. So I think that's important for families to know that it doesn't matter the circumstances, it's whenever the grade drops. You guys also took a lot of extra time to go over the different aspects of some of the additional languages. For example, we talked about the grade point average for a high school student being able to take classes for dual enrollment and making sure we clarified some of that language in that. And so thank you for taking the time. This is a very in-depth and detailed document. I think it's critically important, though, that we definitely, I agree with Member Vaughn, that we definitely have a area on our website where we have resources for parents. And maybe it's as simple as that, where there's a link to resources so they can go to One Stop Shop and be able to highlight this. And then I also would do benchmarks. Kindergarten, 5th grade, 6th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, and 11th grade, where parents know exactly we have those special times where we're automatically meeting with our parents that we hit those benchmarks, because this changes at those different benchmarks. And so not only should it be on the website, but we should alert our teachers and our schools that we make sure that they address these and make sure we bring this to our parents' attention in those benchmarks, because those are key times where they're transitioning into either through elementary, through middle school, through high school, where these progressions are very important and decisions they're making are very important for our students. So thank you for taking the time to go over the details.
Thank you, Member Rendon. So please vote when your light appears. And it's unanimous with Member Hahn away from the dais. (601) Budget amendments for the period ending October 31st, 2023, and Chief Financial Officer Roe Johnson will highlight this item.
And Chair Perez, Ms. Johnson stepped out with our employee from public comment, but Ms. Garcia is here to handle 601, which is our budget amendment.
Hi, good evening. We weren't going to share the PowerPoint this time because there were not a lot of changes to the budget. We went over them individually. But if y'all have any questions, we'll be glad to answer them. I believe there were going to be some questions.
Okay, I need a motion and a second to approve item C601. I have a motion by Member Gray and a second by Member Washington. Member Vaughn, Member Gray pulled this item. Do you have any questions or comments?
I just have a question in regards to, because most of the time, aside from, since you're so kind about answering all of our questions personally, I'm sure Member Gray and I both pull this just to be transparent with the public about finances and, what our budget looks like, because, in lack of transparency, there's always room for people to make assumptions. So when we have amendments like this, if they're not pulled or they go on the consent agenda, how is the public able to see or access the amendments to our budget?
Well, they should be attached to the agenda. Regardless, those items should be attached.
Okay, so the answer is all of the changes that we make or anything that we approve is attached to all the agenda items. So if anyone has questions about our budget or the decisions we're making or monies moved, it's transparently attached to every agenda item, and anyone can go back on board docs and look at all of our meetings and pull up any of our budget amendments.
Right, and then we post them on the budget website also.
Okay, thank you, I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. And just for further clarification, thank you, Vice Chair Vaughn. The budget amendments, I, as superintendent, will always pull those down to discussion, just in case any board members have any discussion around that particular item. But you're exactly right. All of those attachments are always included in that agenda item, which in this case is 601. Thank you.
So there's no money being moved around that isn't completely transparent to the public.
You are correct.
Thank you.
Thank you, Member Vaughn. Member Gray?
Thank you, Member Perez. And I'm sorry that Ms. Johnson's not here because I had a big compliment. And I want to thank Ms. Garcia also that you made such a conservative projection that our FTE is remarkably healthy. I know that I think it's an estimated for the next 6-7 months that we will have only $500,000 perhaps despite the FTE count being lower. So this is really good. I thought it was going to be huge, Superintendent Van Ayers. And so I was delighted to see, because of the conservatism that you all had, that we're not in shock. But I did want to ask a question regarding the ESSER 2, ESSER 3. How much more money do we have in the ESSER 2 account, and for that matter, for the ESSER 3? And when does it end?
Okay, I believe the ESSER 2 has already ended. And so for the ESSER 3, of the $492 million we were allocated, we have $162 million left, and it ends September of 2024.
Okay, so we have approximately $162 million?
And there is a plan for those.
There is a plan. Do we know, can we share the plan, or at least a little bit of some declarative sentences how it will be spent, or do we have a vision on that? And if I'm putting you on the spot, I apologize, because this could be answered later.
We can give you some items. We do have a printout, and we'll be glad to email it to you. But some of the things that we're going to address are academic services. There's going to be success academies, curriculum developments on there. Of course, charter schools get their portion no matter what. There's a portion goes to ESC and mental health, community school payrolls, pre-K, magnet leads. We moved art, music, and PE salaries at one point. We've already completed that. We have student service salaries, which are like the nurses, psychologists, social workers. We were able to move some of those on there, and we still have a few dollars left for that. There's paras to pros is being paid for human resources, and there's technology also written into there. And transformation, I'm sorry.
And transformation, all right.
Yeah, and just for transparency, any ESSER 3 purchases that go over our limit, those, of course, all those purchases would come before the board.
Okay, all right, very good. Thank you very much for the information.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Member Gray. Please vote when your lights appear. And it passes with Member Hahn still away from the dais. 701, approve resolution 23-07 and the purchase of sales agreement for 47.5 acres. Operations. Superintendent Ayers will highlight this item.
Thank you again, Chair Perez. So this land purchase here, district staff has been working with the Midway Ranchettes to purchase 47.5 acres of land in order to land bank for the projected student population in Plant City. So once again, this is a land purchase out in Plant City, 47.5 acres. Seller has established a price of $20,250,000. This property is located at the southwest corner of Midway Road and Charlie Taylor Road, north of I-4, in an area that is seeing tremendous growth. The district received several appraisals to aid in the establishment of the sales price. The purchase and sales agreement has been prepared by School Board Real Estate Council. The funds for site acquisition will be derived from impact fees currently held by the Board of County Commissioners of Hillsborough County. These funds will be requested from the county by school board resolution after final closing to include the purchase price, commission, legal, and due diligence testing fees. So that is item 701. And of course, our deputy for operations, myself, are here if you have any questions, any additional questions regarding 701, the land purchase in Plant City.
Thank you, Superintendent Ayers. I need a motion and a second to approve item C701. I have a motion by Member Combs and a second by Member Washington. Member Gray and Member Rendon, you pulled this item. Do you have any questions or comment? Member Gray?
Thank you, Member Perez. My questions are, and this is very exciting, and Mr. Farkas, now you have a new project to work on. But the question is, and in full, getting the whole public excited, what schools do we plan, and when?
Very loaded question.
I know.
If this is approved, we'll look at projecting that out. The reality is that we have a new high school coming out, and we're going to need a new middle school and a new elementary school north of I-4. There's, as we've talked about the board, there's almost 5,000 homes that have already been approved north of I-4 in North Plant City. So there'll be a need for that. The challenge will be funding. The challenge will be how quickly the impact fees are raised and how quickly we can build those schools. And that's what we will continue to face over the next 5 to 10 years in building. So literally, when it's opened will be dictated by how quickly we generate impact fees. But it will be at least 4 to 5 years in the future.
Okay, yeah, that's a guesstimation. And then when it comes to the tax, the sales taxes, on page 36, what's the estimated real estate taxes that we will be paying per year given this sizable purchase of 20 mil?
So we won't pay real estate taxes. We're exempt from that. That is the real estate tax we'll pay on the sale, but we won't pay any taxes after that.
So we're good to go?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, this is an excellent job. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Gray. And Member Rendon?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Farkas, thank you so much. You know, I'm very excited about this piece of property. Like you said, it's going to be able to house not only a high school, but a middle school and an elementary school with the size that it is. There's so much rural area out there, and we've got so much transportation needs. But like you said, there will be 5,000 homes that are already under construction, already in the development stage, that this is such a critical time in that northeast corner of our county. And so I'm going to, give a recommendation that we as a district look outside the box. We've got to look at where our resources are and what our resources that we currently have. Impact fees are going to be coming in, but it's nowhere near what we need to bring in. We bring in an average of, I believe, a little over $20 million a year in impact fees, close to, actually, I take that back.
Just over 30.
After 30 million. And we're looking at each school being well over $150 million to build. That's a total of, right now, $750 million just for the schools on this property alone.
So just a little, you're close, and yes, it's a real issue. The high school will be about 170. The middle schools are right at about 60 or 70, and elementary schools about 40. So still, it's $200 to $300 million that will be in there. It's the impact fees that'll take to accumulate that are 12 years just to get those 3 schools alone.
And we need these schools in the next 3 to 5.
That's correct, especially the high school.
So, as a board, I know that I personally am looking for the district and your staff in particular to be coming up with ways in which we're going to be able to provide these schools to our community so students aren't being bused distances. We don't have overcrowded schools. That on top of the other 4 schools we already have designated to be built in the next 4 years. So we're looking at a total of 8 needed schools, not just these 3. So that is just something that I'm looking for information from you and your department, to be looking for creative ways that we're going to be able to utilize these funds and be able to put this property into use.
And that's very perceptive of you, and you're absolutely right. We need to present through the superintendent and my team the options that the board can choose to do that, because it's not just the Plant City schools, it's also the schools that we'll have in the southern part of the county.
Thank you.
Thank you, Member Rendon. Please vote when your light appears. And it passes with Member Hahn away from the dais.
And Madam Chair, if I may, just for the public and for the board, because I think Member Rendon's questions were spot on. Impact fees are set by the County Commission, so this board's hands are tied to a certain extent by the amount of money coming in, because you don't control the impact fee. And I think that's important for the public and for the board to remember.
Thank you. Item 702, approve the addition of illuminated school bus ID and stop arm signs to prior approved bus purchases based on SB 766 legislation to enhance student safety operations. Superintendent Ayers will highlight this item.
Yes, ma'am. And board members, this item 702, this is the addition of illuminated school bus ID and stop arm signs. And what this is for is to further enhance student safety for our 90,000 students transported daily throughout our district based on this new SB 766 legislation. Just to put this in perspective, the bus purchase that we made at the last board meeting already includes this illuminated school bus ID and stop arm. This is to retrofit the purchase that we made paid back in April, all right? So adding these safety enhancing items during the manufacturing stage of the bus is a fiscally responsible, as there's no cost savings to adding these devices after these buses are delivered to the district. So just wanted to put that in perspective. The bus purchase at the last board meeting already has this. This is to retrofit the buses that were purchased in April. And we're here if there are any other questions regarding 702. Thank you.
Thank you. I need a motion and second to approve item C702. I have a motion by by Member Gray and a second by Member Washington. And Member Gray and Member Rendon, you pulled this item. Do you have any questions or comments? Member Rendon?
I just want to thank you for being proactive, because we could be coming to a situation where we've already approved these buses and we get here and now we've got lack of time. And so when we originally approved this for the buses that we currently have, we identified the fact that it was a huge safety issue. I think I mentioned last time that even during the process of the legislature year, when they approved this, there was a student that was killed in Duval County at the same time trying to cross a road where the arm was out and they didn't stop. And so it is such a critical thing for anyone on our buses to be safe. And so thank you for being proactive and getting this done before we even get the buses here so that we are all set and ready to go for our safety of our students. So thank you.
Thank you, Member Rendon. Please vote when your light appears. And it passes with Member Hahn away from the dais. Item 1101, approved a request to publish a notice of rulemaking for the board's intent to adopt revised policies. Government Affairs Superintendent Ayers will highlight this item.
Thank you, Chair Perez. Last item for the evening. We are requesting approval to publish a notice of rulemaking for the board's intent to adopt 27 revised policies and 1 new policy. These policies were discussed and reviewed at the October 24th and November 9th board policy workshops. After the advertisement period, the proposed revised policies will be brought to the January 9th board meeting for adoption. So Kristen Davis, Jim Porter, of course, are here if you have any questions regarding this policy notice. Thank you.
I need a motion and a second to approve item C1101. I have a motion by Member Combs and a second by Member Washington. Member Vaughn, you pulled this item. Do you have any questions or comments?
I do. Thank you, Madam Chair. I just like to be very transparent about our policy cycle. I think a lot of people are confused about what that looks like and how intensive it is, and how even if we talk about it as a workshop and it goes to move forward, we still have to approve it to be advertised. We have to wait for the advertisement. We have to have a public hearing about it. We open comment on it, and that our policies aren't just, made up by a quick decision, that it's very intensive, and we advertise it and we allow feedback from the public on any of the policy changes. So I just want to be transparent about the process so that the public understands what it looks like for our entire policy cycle. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Vaughn. Member Gray?
Yes, I just have a question for Mr. Porter, just a clarification. Could we, when we say employee lobbying restrictions, there's also what is called a public employee, which means school board members. Could we not include public employee and employees so we can be sure that's not only the administrators and teachers, et cetera, but also school board members?
Yeah, there's a separate statute dealing with that, but we'll take a look at the policy and make sure that's included, and then you can debate it at the actual meeting. So we'll be happy to look at that and put that in there.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Member Gray. Member Combs?
I just had a question for you, Ms. Davis. I know that we had a lot of changes, and when will we see the draft of that, so that way it gives us time to look over it before the actual meeting when we have to vote on that?
So if we go ahead and make changes to policy 6322, the proposed policy, Mr. Porter and I will work on that, and we'll get something to you soon.
Okay, I just want to see the timeline to review that, and then at that time in January, if we need to make any changes or anything like that, we would. Is that correct?
So you're actually at a public hearing, and as Ms. Vaughn said, the public will have an opportunity to speak. You have the opportunity to make some changes. If they're substantial changes that don't really comport with how they were advertised, we would have to continue it to the next cycle. So that's a judgment call. Tweaks are okay. Major changes would not be okay. But that's going to be ultimately your decision.
Okay. And I had one more question. The policy that Dr. Hahn brought, the employee lobbying restrictions, when we talk about employees, does that include like school board members,
That's what Ms. Gray was
administration?
talking about.
Yeah.
So at
what
this
is that?
point, it's intended to apply to employees. You all are not employees.
Yeah.
So we'll take a look at whether that should be included. As I said, there are other statutes that govern you all as elected officials, and if it's appropriate to put that into the policy, we will.
Okay. Thank you.
Ms. Gray asked for that, so we'll do that.
Okay. Thank you.
Please vote when your lights appear. And the the vote and it passes unanimously with Member Washington and Member Hahn away from the dais. And now we will move into the superintendent's comments.
Thank you, Chair Perez. So if you recall, we had a board meeting right before our fall break, so my superintendent's comments this evening are rather short as we didn't have school last week. So we had a board meeting on the 14th, and then we were off last week for fall break, so I trust everyone had a restful fall break, and it was great to see everybody back yesterday. So yesterday was a great way to come back, as I know all of our board members, a lot of you were out, and we celebrated our Teacher of the Year finalists, our Ida S. Baker finalists, and our Instructional Support Employee of the Year finalists. So I do have up here now, we were able to hit Baycrest, Woodbridge, Ms. Perez and I hit all the Teacher of the Year, and I know all of our board members were out at the different sites. So Barbara Zimmer, finalist over at Baycrest, Mika LeBron at Woodbridge, Kimberly Frioli at Gaither, Clayton Nyland at Blake, and Jamie Beulah at Core. So those are our 5 finalists, but what an incredible morning yesterday to go out and truly take them by surprise. Like nobody expected us out the Monday after fall break, so definitely took them by surprise. So congratulations. It was a great morning again yesterday to celebrate our Teacher of the Year finalists. And I'm not clicking. There we go. Ida S. Baker, our Ida S. Bakers, again at Pride, our hospital homebound program at Jennings and Farnell. So Susie Chasik, Cheryl Floor, Ilfat Joseph, and Angela Roberts are Ida S. Baker finalists. And then our instructional support employees, there we go. Billy Joe Nelson over at Collins, Joshua Fuentes over at Sumner, Bridget Wells at Robinson Elementary, and Maria Ortiz at Temple Terrace Elementary. So those are our finalists for both our Teacher of the Year, our Ida S, and our instructional support. You know, we have our big EIE celebration where we over at the Strauss Center, which we'll do in January. So while we were at Gaither, we had the opportunity. We had a lot of our football teams that were in the regional finals, and we had 2 of them that were actually will move on to the state semifinals. So we had an opportunity while we were at Gaither celebrating Miss Frioli over at Gaither. We stopped by to see the head football coach at Gaither and congratulate him. He had a great upset victory on Friday night. So his team, Gaither, will head over to St. Thomas Aquinas this Friday, as they'll be taking on St. Thomas Aquinas in the state semifinal. The other match, Sumner played Plant. Plant was able to win, so they will also be in the state semifinals. They'll be in Miami as well. So just wanted to congratulate. We had 4 teams, Tampa Bay Tech, Sumner, Plant, and Gaither that were in our state then regional finals, 2 of them moving on to the state semifinals. So just yesterday we wanted to congratulate Gaither as we were there on that great victory representing Hillsborough County Public Schools. We have 2 of our teams now that will be at the state semifinals. So good luck to them, both of them. One in Fort Lauderdale, one will be in Miami this Friday. And board members, those are my superintendent's comments. Ms. Pham.
Thank you. And board members, we move into board comments. Board members, just remember you have 5 minutes each to speak with 30 seconds for your final thoughts. Member Gray?
Okay, let's see if I can get this 5 minutes done. Shout out to Instructional Support Employee of the Year finalist, Joshua Fuentes from Sumner High School. Congratulations for being a finalist. Also, big time gold level award from the American Heart Association. This is the 5th time that our district has received the gold award. And just want to thank those players, which is our Hillsborough Healthy School Committee, Dr. Ross, Dina Marshall, and Tracy Schatzberg. What an honor. And we'll have a lot of the paraphernalia that goes with it, but that's, again, a district yahoo. So next, the Student Online Safety events. We'll have 3 more events. Troublesome information, but necessary information for parents to have the strategies to guide their children, their young adults, even though, they consider themselves adept at cell phone usage. But there is a safety challenge, there is a absolute addiction challenge, there is an academic challenge, and there's, of course, the nefarious connections with human traffickers and their rings. So we are bringing the public awareness events January 25th, at Walton High School, February 28th at Middleton, and April 24th at Plant City High School. And this is advertised from our communications department, and I thank them for bringing this up to the communities, respective communities. Also, our Hispanic Forum has been working on 2 new goals. Want to thank first Craig Horstman and Ishmael LeBron Bravo. We're going to work on making the application process more streamlined, easier, and also to have Kelly Services explore ways to hire more Hispanic subs. All this is in line with keeping up with the growth of our Hispanic students and families. So we keep this forum and, also Leah, and basically we're trying to keep up with the huge amount of needs from our Hispanic communities. And we want to make sure who's in front of our children represent the demographics and appreciation of the culture of the Hispanic, population. Also, and this is something that the board members, Member Rendon and Member Vaughn and Superintendent Van Ayers, we were at the most exciting, and I have to read this, state-of-the-art, only one in Florida, architecture was Sol Fleshman, and Chris Farkas, you spoke well, you're not there you are. You also were congratulated for facilitating this huge innovation at Dorothy Thomas. I've never seen anything like it, and I'm sure board members will have comments. I want to thank also the wonderful principal, as well as our community who supported the oversight, the referendum, because those referendum monies were used to make this one heck of a place for our ESE population, and putting the forefront of inclusion for the population to be equally. They're taking the same standard test as the other students. They have high-level communication, TV, etc. Oh, it's on here. Thanks, Pablo. But you can see, just visualize a super modern classroom environment with all the amenities of TV production and microscopes, beyond that, in the library. I think, we don't have a staff member, but we had a staff member try those seats where you sit down and it moves left and right and up and down, and it's quite a interesting way of learning in a classroom. So I'm not going to speak anymore because I think board members may want to join in on those. Member Vaughn, did you want to say a few things? Well, you want to wait? Okay. All right. So that can, oh, gosh, I'm on time. Can't believe it. Thanks.
Thank you, Member Gray. Member Washington?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, you're moving the meeting along today pretty quickly here. Hey, I'm telling you, we may have to give you a trophy for this now. I love it. That's the way we should be doing. Okay. So, I started off on November the 16th. We had the Great American Teach-In. I had the privilege of going to Shehigh and Ellison Elementary Schools. What a great turnout. The kids were very behaved. My topic was, what do you want to be in your career? And they had all kind of careers, and I was telling them about how much money you can make and so forth. And it was quite interesting, but I kept their attention better than the teacher did. They said, how can you do it, Mr. Washington? Well, what I did was I gave them an ice cream party. I said, kids, if you're good today, I'm going to donate some money for an ice cream party. And they were really good. So we had a great time. The kids they really at that age, they really know what they want to be. They have some great suggestions, some of the things that they wanted to be. So congratulations to Shehigh and Ellison. And then I had the privilege of going to King High School. One of my previous school work, my son and I was on the Showtime. So we talked to the seniors and about behavior, about going to class on time, about just doing the things it takes for you to be successful, because now you're a senior. There's no more play days after this one. Everything now, once you get beyond that senior, it's for real. It's the real deal. And my son, of course, I let my son take over because he had a better relationship. He's younger than me. And he was really good. It worked out really good. The seniors, they were really behaved at King High School, and we had a great time at King High School. So great job. Enjoyed every minute of the Great American Teach-In on November the 16th. And then yesterday I had the privilege of going to Kimmel Elementary School. They have some great things going on over there. At Kimmel, I went over because I was invited to come over, and they had about the Cedar Kids Garden. I tell you what, that's a fantastic garden. And Miss Jeanette Bradley runs that program. I mean, it was phenomenal. They had, I never seen sweet potatoes this big. And the kids raise it. I mean, they're out raising it in the gardens. And I had a chance to eat some vegetables. I never asked what it was, but it was good. No, I don't think it was okra. And also they gave us some tea, some special tea from the garden. It was really good. It was really good. So they're doing a great job over there. And I had a chance to meet the PTA. They're formulating a PTA. I met the parents and some of the parents over there. And I was really, really excited because Erin Fiallo is one of mine, and she's the principal over there. She does a good job. Everybody was excited, and we were happy to see each other. I had a chance to see majority of the 358 students. I went to classroom to classroom. So Jeanette Bradley, you and your group, you're doing a great job over there. So I truly enjoyed. And last but not least, I had a great Thanksgiving. It went really fast, but we had a great time on the break. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Member Washington. Member Combs?
Thank you. First of all, I just want to congratulate all the education award winners, the instructional, non-instructional. It was just amazing going out and seeing so many people who were so excited. So that was just a really, really great way to start Thanksgiving. I also want to thank all the volunteers for the Great American Teach-In. I always try to go to middle school because everybody always goes to elementary or high school. So I went to middle school, and I had the pleasure to sit with Miss Etheridge at Smith Middle School. And what I did was I talked about my job, but then I gave them all the hot topics that we have, the students, and they gave me recommendations. I talked about testing, uniforms, books, cell phones, and asked them to come together and give me recommendations. So that was really interesting from the classes. And then I also was able to participate with the Great American Teach-In with Hospital Homebound program. And so that's such an amazing program. Really great that we have one of our finalists from the Hospital Homebound program. I think we service so many kids, and we often forget those students who are in the hospitals, who have whatever issues that they're challenged with, and that they're working with that. I wanted to also thank Miss Dee Dee Leffler from Deer Park Elementary for the Ranger Walk. That's an event they have every year. I mean, it was amazing how many students were out there, how many parent volunteers were out there. There are almost 1,000 students in that school, and it is one of the most diverse schools that I've seen in the back of West Chase. So that was really amazing. And finally, County. Probably one of the best experiences I had right before the holidays was Clara Lawhead invited me to Feeding Tampa Bay, the Hunger Dinner, which is an event. It's almost like a simulation. I thought, I'm going to go out to the, Feeding Tampa Bay. I'm going to have this great dinner. And then when you sit down, you get a budget on what people really live on every day. And as I went up to get my dinner, they actually told me that prices had gone up and it was reduced 10%. So I ended up getting such small amount of food for dinner. And it just reminds us about how many people are really hungry. And I wanted to thank Feeding Tampa Bay. They service over almost 29 school pantries in our district. And as you know, today is Giving Tuesday. And I think Feeding Tampa Bay is such a great organization. They support our schools and they support so many communities. As you saw, sadly today, even our employees are going to Feeding Tampa Bay to get food, to get support. So it's such a great organization. And I just want to thank them for a great experience and really just a reminder and to thank them for all the support and all the communities and all the students they support every day in our schools. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Combs. Member Vaughn?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have a lot to cover as well. A lot of things that previous board members have already touched on. First of all, welcome back, everyone. I hope that your break offered some recharge and some time to spend time with people that you love and get going. It was a harsh Monday when the alarm went off, but nothing was better than going to the school with a surprise patrol for our Excellence in Education nominees and finalists and just surprising them and seeing how genuinely shocked they were and appreciative and how each school chose to celebrate them. It's just it's a reason to get up on a Monday after a break and go out and celebrate our educators. So thank you for all of our partners with that. I know Suncoast Credit Union is a partner in that, and we have so many other partners that really help pull that event together and celebrate all the people in our schools who are supporting our kids. Thank you, Member Combs, for talking about Feeding Tampa Bay. On the holiday, I always try to take my son and volunteer. We've done Feeding Tampa Bay. It's one of the only organizations that allows younger children to volunteer, as well as we did Meals on Wheels, which are another great organization that helps our homebound recipients get meals. So aside from just giving your money, you can also give your time and show your children the value of volunteering for our community. So thank you for bringing that up. While we were talking about our schools, unfortunately, I do want to send our deepest condolences. I know Member Perez was going to cover this and she allowed me to, but unfortunately, one of our employees in Temple Terrace Elementary had an accident over the holiday break, and she lost her husband and her son in a car accident, and her daughter had just graduated King High School in May. So we just want to send our love and support to the Aguilar family, and I know Temple Terrace is doing a lot to support them as well as some other schools that they are around. So we just wanted to acknowledge that and send our love out to that family. That's a crushing loss in our community. I also wanted to talk about Great American Teach-In, which is one of my favorite events. I was actually able to go to 7 schools: Turner Bartels, Wharton, Piso, Temple Terrace, Seminole, Adams, and Martinez Middle School. And similar to Member Combs, what I do is I have the students bring forth policies that they would like to see changed in our schools. We have public comment about it. We talk about the pros and cons on it, and then they actually vote on the policies, and you'd be amazed on which ones you think are going to pass, but after we discuss the pros and the cons and we have robust arguments around them, which ones don't pass. And I can tell you right now, kids do not like wearing uniforms. That was like the number one, whether it was elementary, middle, or high school. They do not want to wear uniforms, and they are not happy with our school lunches because, again, across the board, no matter what. So we had a lot of conversation about what that would look like. Also, I would just like to say, since that it's been such a great experience, and since I've been able to see some of our state representatives, Susan Valdez, Representative Rayner, and Representative Driscoll do similar things where they allow students to bring forth policies or legislation. I'm going to invite some of our students to bring forth some policies and see if we can actually have a student-sponsored policy, see if my board members have an appetite for what the students want, and kind of do a competition and let some of our students get engaged so we can have their voice in part of our policy process. So I'll give more details around that soon. And finally, last but not least, the Dorothy Thomas ribbon cutting today was phenomenal. thank you to my fellow board members. They made a point to say that this was because we all approved this. Thank you to Mr. Farkas and all of our partners, both Principal Jan and the new principal who made sure that this was to completion. That building is breathtakingly beautiful. The thought that has gone into every detail to supporting our ESE students, from the textured walls that they can stop by for sensorial stuff, to the lighting in the rooms, to the, Member Gray brought up Pansy from compliance. She was very into the wobble chair. She would like a request to have one in her office because it had really helped her center herself. And just our employees in that in our ESE centers, but especially there, are so passionate. I spent a lot of time talking to all of our employees about, how we can support our students and all the challenges and successes that they have, and just being able to tour the facility was amazing. Thank you to David Valdez. He always does an amazing job in all of these openings and formatting them, and to everybody involved. And it's just so great to see a facility that's really geared towards being inclusive and making sure all of our kids who have, they learn a little bit differently, that we're managing their sensories. So thank you so much and welcome back.
Thank you, Member Ron. So I was slated to go to the Great American Teach-In, but I had bronchitis. And I think the teachers were excited that I didn't show up. But I did do the hospital-bound Great American Teach-In. And let me say that's just an incredible program for our students. I really enjoyed speaking with those students. And I think right after me, Nadia, Member Combs came through. But I want to speak to a loss that this country has had. It was Rosalynn Carter, the former First Lady. The reason why my passion for her is because of her mission for mental health. She started her advocacy for mental health in 1966. And we are now in 2023. And she wrote a book. She wrote actually two, Helping Someone with Mental Illness, a Compassionate Guide for Family, Friends, and Caregivers. And also Within Our Reach, Ending the Mental Health Crisis. So that speaks volumes to where we are as a nation, but also where we are as Hillsborough County. We have made some amazing strides here in Hillsborough County with taking care of our students and their families and putting their mental wellness first. So that speaks volumes to us. And I want to highlight something that happened today with Pablo, with one of our community agencies. One More Child, located in Lakeland, Florida, personally delivered 760 backpacked meals, 38 boxes, it was 10 meals in each box, to Fresnel Girls Preparatory Middle School, and 38 boxes, 10 meals in each box, delivered to Franklin. And these are for our homeless children. So, when we're talking about, and as I was watching the service for former First Lady Carter, and I was thinking about how our Hillsborough County supports our children and puts their mental wellness first, and I'm seeing the community supports that we have surrounding us and how they support our children as well. It was just, for me, the drive back home, that the book, the title that she had in her book, and she wrote this in 2010, Within Our Reach, Ending the Mental Health Crisis. And we are within our reach, ending our mental health crisis with the work that we do here in Hillsborough County. So I want to thank you. My Thanksgiving was amazing. I was sick, but it was amazing. And I want to thank everyone that was supporting our winners yesterday. We had a great time disrupting classes, celebrating with the students, And, you know, that's the best disruption of classes ever. But also, you know, that we know that teachers work very hard, and their students and their community and their schools support them because they were nominated for these awards. So to watch the look on their face was fantastic. So congratulations to all the winners, and congratulations also to how many were nominated? How many were there? It was 3.
So we had 5 finalists for Teacher of the Year, 4 for Ida S. and 4.
But out of
So
the
we have
4,
over 13,000 teachers.
13, yeah, but yeah.
So each school nominates one for each.
For each school. So, yeah. So it's just incredible, you know. And then they get to the bottom where it's only 5, you know, left in nomination. So, you know, thank you everyone. And I'm going to say this: I don't think we have any employee comments. So, unless we have any, and unless the board has any other comments, I'm going to adjourn the meeting.